Hey guys, first off, we want to just say hey to all our family and friends. We miss you guys, and we also want to say thank you and what's up to all the people who watch our videos. We really appreciate what you guys do.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of questions and comments about what's going on. So
yeah, and so we wanted to stop and give you guys an update on COVID-19 and how it's affecting us. You know, in this travel, we kind of we don't mix in crowds a whole lot, maybe as much as we did in our previous life. But about a week ago, we started noticing a
few things. So we were about an hour north of Mexico City, and we were driving through to some bigger ruins, and we'd stopped at some smaller ruins because we were right there by them. And we went in, and we were the first ones there because we'd like to do that. But we were up in one of the places that would probably get more crowded, on top of one of the pyramids at these ruins. And what happened while you were up there?
Well, I was up there, and Snow was going to get some pictures of me with my feet dangling over the edge. And the security came out there and advised us that that area was closed. Yeah. Now, we had seen some signs coming in.
Talking about the symptoms, and it was comparing the flu to allergies to the virus. So that was the only sign we saw, and that was the first sign we had seen. So they started partially closing, from what we could understand with the language barrier, partially closing areas of the park. And on our way out, we noticed they had hung up another sign actually depicting the areas that were closed.
Yeah.
So.
And it was typically areas where, you know, people would kind of congregate because they were the more popular area. So there were some cool statues and stuff like that. And so they kind of cleared those areas. Honestly, there was not very many people there. I mean,
so we think this was probably a blanket directive to a lot of national parks, at least in the state that we were in within the country of Mexico.
Yeah.
Another thing we noticed that at that same time frame was we went into the Soriana, which is basically a Walmart in Mexico. And the greeter that normally would just greet you, instead of just greeting you, he was spraying your hands with sanitizer and kind of wiping down your cart. So that was the second thing we noticed.
Yeah, and obviously we'd also been in tune with the American news and kind of watching what was going on, and really for that matter around the world. And we just felt like it was a good idea for us to start taking all the necessary precautions. And really we think we started moving with the rest of the world, if not sooner, in terms of doing all the best practices to prevent not only us from getting it, but for us potentially spreading it to someone else.
So what those few things that day led to, guys, was a tough decision for us, because if you know us or if you've seen us in other cities on some of our other videos, we really like to go and tour cities. And we were very excited about Mexico City, one of the largest cities in the world. It's supposed to be full of culture, but this is when this was happening, when we were getting ready to head to the city, and we had to pull the plug on that, guys. So we have decided to skip Mexico City for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, with a city that size, you know, everyone can see what's happened in Italy and now what's happening in New York. And we really think big cities are really susceptible to this kind of virus. And so we thought it best to steer clear of there, to be honest with you.
Which was a big decision for us, but we know it's the right one. So it was an easy decision, but a big one.
Yeah, and once we made the decision, we really made a lot of other decisions that could help us hunker down and really self-isolate.
So some things we've been hearing, guys, and when you travel full-time in a van or in an RV, or you're a backpacker, or you're doing the Pan Am Trail, there's tons of communities on social media that you're a part of that kind of helps you know what's going on.
Yeah,
and that's been really important during this thing.
And we've been staying plugged in, guys.
Yeah, so South America, some of the countries down there are just flat out not being very welcoming to van lifers or backpackers or travelers. Now, we aren't sure about your normal tourists where they just go in and stay at a hotel and leave, but I have a feeling it's the same attitude towards them. And it's fear. It's not the normal behavior of the country.
I think some places are just simply shutting down, right? And and there's a lot of different reasons for that, but most of them are safety. But so we have heard stories of people's vans getting stuck in South America and some other locations because they're being asked to leave. We also know there's some countries in Central America, like Guatemala and several other countries,
full lockdown,
just close their borders in a lockdown. So,
But Mexico, which is where we're at, is not doing that.
Yeah.
Mexico is a tourist-based country, and they are still being very welcoming. They're very warm. They're very helpful to us. So that's a kind of we just wanted you guys to know that we've heard the stories of some of these other countries, and we are just flat out not experiencing that here. So another thing is, as soon as the Mexico government and the United States government did that joint closure of our border, we got a ton of messages from you guys, from our fans, from our friends, from our family. So we did our due diligence and we checked. The border is closed to non-essential travel, but that means us. So if we decide to go home, if we present ourselves at the border, we are allowed to cross the border into the United States. So just wanted everybody to know that if we did decide to make the decision to drive across the border, we still can as citizens of the United States.
Yeah.
So that was important, that we wanted to let you guys know that.
Yeah, and so in terms of Mexico news, Snow's going to give you a few stats, but I just want to share with you a couple observations that I've made. And sorry that we don't have videos to back all this stuff, guys, up, but we have seen that there's not the number of closures, social distancing, and a lot of the other things that are happening in the U.S. and some of the other countries. Now, some of the media has said that the U.S. has been slow to react. Well, I can tell you that Mexico as a country has been even slower to react.
2 to 3 weeks behind.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks behind, more than likely. And so we feel it's important to take the steps on our own,
yes,
whether they do that. And so we're hunkered down and we're safe, and we thank all you guys for asking your questions. But Snow, what are the statistics?
So I wanted to give you, and we don't normally do this on our videos, but it is Monday, March 23rd. So these stats would be as of news I was able to get translated yesterday. There's just over 200 confirmed cases in the country of Mexico, and most of them towards the larger cities. I've read conflicting reports, so I'm just going to say there's somewhere around 8 to 12 confirmed deaths. And most of the states within the country of Mexico have closed their schools, and are doing virtual school, just like back in the States. The Mexico City mayor has finally started to ask about 3 days ago for smaller crowds. Now, she hasn't done a mandate or anything like that, but we hear celebrations and parties and festivals are starting to get canceled or done virtually, which is a big deal for that city with the Catholic religious holidays coming up. But they are starting to cancel some of those. And of course, the parks are starting to close. Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of restaurants that are starting to voluntarily slow down. We've talked to some local people, and they're talking about going to takeout. And so a lot of the things that you happen in the States, I think organically are starting to happen here. But I can tell you, we feel very safe with the decision. We're able to get food. We're able to get toilet paper.
It's a lot of toilet paper here, guys.
Yeah, toilet paper. Hand sanitizer's tough to come by. This culture just doesn't have a lot of hand sanitizer.
But we have a big old half gallon of it, and we're good on that. So what we've done is, guys, we are not coming back to the States. We have decided to stay in Mexico and ride this thing out. We have confirmed that our international health insurance will cover anything that happens to us. We've stocked up on food. We're feeling very good about if we need to get our visas extended, the Mexican government is going to do that. And when we came in with our vehicle, because it was classified as a motorhome, it's able to have a 10-year visa for our van. So our van can stay here however long we need to. So what we have done, we have found an awesome small little beach town on the southern Pacific coast of Mexico, and we have rented an apartment. And we have done that for 1 month, knowing that that may need to be extended.
Yeah, and so some of you guys who've been following us along know we're living in the van on a very limited budget, and so we were able to find a place that was within our budget, but it's actually super nice.
It is super nice. Yeah, so that's a silver lining of all this.
That's a silver lining.
This place is great. We're going to show you a little bit of that. It's got a great little pool. It's a secured courtyard with locks and keys and cameras. And as far as we can tell, we might be the only ones here. I think there's probably 8 little apartments in this compound. Lots of trees, lots of birds. Yeah. Very peaceful. Nice. And the staff, they're great. They're amazing. It's really, really nice here. So we're feeling good about that. You want to tell them what else we did? We started it this morning. Well, one of the biggest frustrations we've had the whole time we're here is not being able to speak the language and talk to the locals. Yes. And so today we enrolled in a Spanish course. And so we're going to learn Spanish. And oh, by the way, our instructor told us that in this town that we're staying at, that there haven't been any confirmed cases of the corona. There was one
the neighboring town had 2 cases, but they're already cleared. And
Yeah.
so there are testing kits available here.
Yeah.
And so,
And one more thing is, our Spanish instructor is very aware of what's going on too. In fact, she asked us to make sure and it's a private class. It's me and Curt and the instructor in a big room with a big table, so we'll be able to practice
plenty of
social
hand
distancing, sanitizer. We wipe down the table before we start class, so all that'll be very safe. We'll have masks while we're in class, but we're going to learn Spanish.
Yeah, we're going to learn Spanish, and there's a beach nearby, and I can tell you, this is a tourist community. And there's not very many tourists here at all. In fact, the few that we've seen were leaving and evacuating. So it's sort of like we have this whole tourist place to ourselves.
Yeah.
And so while we are going to practice social distancing, we'll still probably go down to the beach. We'll still go on walks. We've got our bicycles out, which is exciting because we haven't gotten those out as much as we'd like to.
Yeah.
So we can ride around and learn the community. So we're excited about some of the stuff we're going to be able to do while we're here.
So for right now, the future of our videos is our videos run a good bit behind. So we have some videos in the pipeline. You are going to get to see those over the next few weeks.
We have some really cool videos.
Yeah.
So if you guys saw the whale shark sea lion video in La Paz, that was one of the most exciting things that we did in the Baja. I can tell you,
there's some more.
We have done some amazing things, and we have plenty of content, so we're not going to run out of content.
Yeah.
Just when you guys know, when you watch it, know it was shot
it was shot before this.
Pre this. So we've already gotten messages, and again, thank you for all you watching. We've already gotten messages saying, hey, wear gloves, wear a mask, social distancing, all this stuff. A lot of this stuff was shot. So just know that, but we got plenty of content.
Yeah. And one more thing for the ones of you out there that love our kitties as much as we do, man, are they having a ball in this apartment. They're just stretched out like kings and queens of the universe.
Might have been a mistake. They are loving life. All the birds chirping outside and...
So, yeah. So, we're good, guys. We're feeling really good about where we're at. We're feeling really good about our decision.
Yeah.
We've got some videos that'll keep coming to you. We'll keep you updated on our Spanish learning.
Yeah. And you know, we hope you guys are good and you guys are staying safe. You know, we looked at this thing, one of the things, and I think there's a few ways to look at it. But, you know, we started this little section by talking about the silver lining. But this is an opportunity to spend time with your family. Maybe even connect with nature or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities to take advantage of this time, take a break from, you know, the minutia of work and daily life and slow down and just really enjoy things the way we are. And we hope you guys are safe. And again, thank you so much for watching our videos. We'll see you on the next one.
See y'all in a few days.
Bye.